Hi, I'm Stacey and welcome to my Book Nook. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, so I thought we'd do something fun. We're going to be taking some BuzzFeed quizzes, as I'm sure you know by the title. But we're going to see what happens because I'm going to have two cameras for this. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully well, but soon find out. So our first BuzzFeed quiz is called It's a Game of Keeps, and out of these two books by the same author, which will you save? So let's go. Hopefully I won't nudge the camera around too much doing this, because it's all on the same thing. Which will you save? So we've got Book Lovers and Beach Read by Emily Henry. So I've only read Beach Read, so this is not going to be fair. But I think I would save it anyway. I'm just going to click yes. And it looks like most people haven't read any. Which will you choose? Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. And I'm going to click I haven't read either. But a lot of people going for Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Now we've got The Wedding Date and the Proposal by Jasmine Guillory. And I haven't read either of these. And apparently nor have people haven't read them. Okay, so Song of Achilles and Circe. I haven't read Song of Achilles yet, but I think it would break my heart. So I'm going for Circe. And most people have gone for Song of Achilles. Okay, so we've got Get a Life, Chloe Brown, or At Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. And again, I've only read one of these. So I'm going to go for that one. So it's Get a Life, Chloe Brown that I have read. Which are you saving? Okay, this is Colleen Hoover. We've got Verity and we've got It Ends With Us. And I haven't read either because Colleen Hoover, probably not for me. But Verity, I have Verity and I'm going to try it and see what happens. And is my computer not handling this very well? Which one will you? Oh no. So now we've got A Gathering of Shadows by V. Schwab. Oh, we've got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. Oh no. Okay, so A Darkest Shade of Magic series was the first thing I read by her, and I loved it. But I recently read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I also loved it. Okay, I've got to make a decision. We're going for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That's what we're going for. And everyone else agrees, apparently. Okay. I haven't read either of these. You Had Me at Ola and A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Daria. I've not read those. Oh, okay, here we go. So we've got Sylvia Moreno Garcia, we've got The Beautiful Ones and Mexican Gothic. And I gave Mexican Gothic 5 stars, so that's obviously the one I have to go for. I haven't read The Beautiful Ones, but I feel like it wouldn't be quite for me. I might try it at some point, but there are many others of her books that I would like to read before I get to that one. So Mexican Gothic. Six of Crows or Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It's got to be Six of Crows. It just has to be Six of Crows. Who's saying Shadow and Bone? Oh, that was the end of that quiz. That was fun. And let's go for the next one. So our next one is a childhood book quiz. And apparently only librarians and bookworms will pass it, so let's see. What's the name of this classic? It's Mr. Bump. Obviously, it's Mr. Bump. What about this one? Ooh. Okay, I recognise it, but I could not tell you what it is. Well, I mean, it looks like a rainbow fish, so we're going for that. And that was correct. Do you remember this cover? No, no, I don't. Not remember that cover. See if I can guess. Oh, I know Winnie and Wilbur is a thing, and obviously Broom on the Broom and Mega Mog are also a thing. I'm gonna go for Winnie and Wilbur. Mega Mog. It's the one that I haven't actually heard of, so why didn't I go for that one? 90s kids should name the series. It's Goosebumps. It'll be Goosebumps. Oh yeah. About this skeletal. Oh my god, do you guys remember this? Maybe you don't because I'm old compared to other people, but there was a TV show of this and I loved it. I loved it. Funny Bones. So cute. Live Flat Book. Spot the Dog, isn't it? Oh, I mean it is Spot the Dog, but it doesn't. What's in the box? I'm just gonna go for Where's Spot. I don't. Well, that was a good guess. Do you remember the title? Oh my god. That elephant. That elephant. It's Elmer, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. No, Elmer. It's Elmer. Turn up the pressure. What is that? I have never seen that in my life. Let's see if we can guess. Mog the Forgetful Cat. Mog the Sad Cat or Mog the Secret Dog? I mean, he looks forgetful, so that's, yeah, good guess. What story is that? What is this? That's an adorable bat, but I have no idea what this is. Right, so it looks like it's two words and it looks like it begins with an S, so I'm gonna go with Stella Luna. I've never heard of this book though. Janelle Cannon. Not a clue. Sequel to Baba the Elephant, which I did read. Let's go for The Adventures of Baba. Okay, that was wrong. That was wrong. Horrible Histories. Oh, these books were something, weren't they? Oh, the jokes were terrible. I mean, it's obviously Troy. So I guess it's the Rotten Romans. Nope, because Troy is not in Rome apparently. I just showed you how terrible my geography and history skills are. Yeah, forgive me. This is perfect time for a tea break though. Okay, next one. Do you remember this classic novel? Not by that cover, I don't. I'm gonna guess it's The Secret Garden, because it's a garden, and it's a classic. And I hated it, by the way. I did not enjoy The Secret Garden. I don't think I'd have liked it even as a child. Oh, okay. It's on there, so yeah. Awesome. Roald Dahl classic. That is the Twits, isn't it? That's gotta be the Twits. I got 10 out of 13 correct. Maybe you can do better than I did, because that was, I mean, some of it was good, but oh my, I haven't heard of some of those. Okay, so we're on to a fun one now. Which is better, the UK or the US cover? I'm excited. Okay, so first up, Midnight Library by Matt Haig. You see, both of these have their merits. They really do. But it would probably help if I'd read it. Like, I don't really get what the, like, plain things are. Like, why has it got these little plain windows there? I'm just gonna go for the UK one because I like the UK one. Oh, don't know. It clicked. I should not have clicked on that. Oh, okay. UK. Apparently, a lot of people prefer the US one. Okay, so now we've got Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I mean, I hate them both. I hate them both. I don't know which one to choose because I really don't like either of them. I kind of like the window effect in the. I just point at it. The window effect in the UK one. I like that, but I don't like either of them. I think I do have to go slightly with the UK one because to me it's got a bit more interest in it. Okay. And apparently people agree. So now we've got The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I already know which one I prefer for this one. And it's going to be the UK one. I don't know. It's just more obvious that it's a workplace romance to me. Okay. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So I really like the UK's Hourglass. I think that's really fun. But I hate the orange cover. And I actually think the US one, I prefer the US one. I like the little scythe down the, like, death is following them kind of thing, and it shows it's in a city. Yeah, I definitely prefer that one. So US gets the win for that. Right, Sally Rooney, Normal People. Don't like either of these either. Don't like either. I don't like the sardine tin with the two people in it at all. And I don't really like the art style on the other one. Or the colours just don't work for me. But if I had to pick, I think I'm going for the US one. The blue and green is better than the orange and the sardine tin. Apparently that's an even split. So we've got The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I like both of these actually, but I have to say the UK one wins for me because it's just a bit more simple. And I like that more. Like the US one is very bright and colourful and a bit confused to me. And the UK one of like this one here is gold, so that's a win. So we're going for UK. Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Okay. I like both of these. I like both of these a lot. And I think I'm a little bit biased for the UK one because it is the edition that I have. But I love the idea of the two houses and it being different colours. Yeah, I think I do prefer the UK because it's also got that added detail of the roses turning into like mushroomy, thorny things down the bottom, and I just really enjoy that. Oh yeah, we're going UK. 74%. Okay, Loveless by Alice Oseman. This is one of my favourite books. Right, so both of these are super cute and I really, really like them. I really do. This is difficult. This is really difficult. I think the UK one has my heart because I think it I think it depicts the main character's struggle a bit better and like how alone she feels. I think I have to go with the UK one. It's just a bit more simple. It's got Alice Oseman's illustration on it. Yeah, we're going for that one. And apparently a lot of people agree. So, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. So we've got the UK one, which is basically just a sliver of light in an Eiffel Tower, or the US one, which is an apartment building. It's got pretty fence. Which do I prefer? I think I prefer the US one because I prefer the writing on it. And in fact, yeah, I just prefer the writing on it. So I guess we're going for that. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, which I DNF'd. Okay, I'm going for the US because I don't know, I just think it's cuter. I like the art style. I like the colours. I do like the green of the UK though, but think it I think for the UK one, if the if her side was cluttered up a little bit more, it would make a bit more sense to me. We're going US. Daisy Jones and the Six, right? Um. Okay, so the UK one is not the Daisy Jones and the Six cover that I have seen, and I hate this one. The other one's not too bad, and I think I would actually pick the other one over the US cover, but for this comparison, I'm picking the US cover because it's more of like, it looks more like an album cover, which is what I like. So, US. Beach Read by Emily Henry. Okay. So having read this book, I don't think either cover really does it a bunch of justice. Yeah. But I prefer the UK one. It's just cleaner. It's cleaner. I like it. Bet people disagree. Yeah. Yeah, they disagreed. Okay. This is The School for Good Mothers by Jessamine Chan, which I haven't read and haven't heard of. However, I can already say that I prefer, I assume that one's the UK cover. Yeah, I prefer the UK cover because it just, it's got the school on it and I like the placement of the writing. And I don't really know what this archway is doing in the second one. Doesn't really tell me a lot about it. So we're going for the UK. Whoop, right. Okay, The Maid by Nita Prose. Okay, so again, I definitely prefer the UK one because it's got the hotel as the do not disturb sign and I just love that, and I love the door handle. It's really pretty. I love the the writing. I just prefer it, and the green's better too. I just like it more. The other one's a bit boring to me. Oh, that one split people down the middle. Okay. Next one is Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. And I really enjoy both of these covers. I really do. I love the pop art style on, I assume it's the UK cover. Yeah. I love the pop art style on that one. That's really fun. I definitely prefer it to the cartoony style on the US cover. However, the US cover has the aunties on it. And it's kind of tells you a little bit more about the story, I think. Just looking at it with the palm trees and the chandelier. I like these both a lot. But we're going for US. And everyone else agrees. Oh, Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. That's so hard because they're both just so stunning. And what I really like about the US one in particular is that it has the little paper crane on it, and I think that's beautiful. That's so difficult. I'm gonna have to go with the UK one again. And it's because of the colours and the art. The art for the US one is also really beautiful though. But I think I like that it's got the landscape in there. I know some of those bits are gold foiling, and I like the general composition of it a bit more. Yeah, we're going for UK. And a lot of people agree. Okay, so we've got Run, Rose, Run by Dolly Parton and James Patterson. They look quite similar. But I already know that I prefer the UK one just because it's got the nighttime, and I prefer the font for the authors. I really like that. Yeah, we're going for that one. It's a bit more saturated, I guess. I just prefer it. It's 50-50 pretty much. Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. I like both of these. I think they're both really cute. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like the UK one because it shows all the groceries and it shows her, and I think it's kind of interesting, the artwork, how she's kind of invisible in parts. Actually, no, I really do like that. And the US one has some noodles on it, which I enjoy. Yeah, I'm going for UK again. I mean, I guess this shows that UK people definitely prefer different covers. Love in the Big City by Sang Young Park. I have never read this. I don't know what it's about. But I do know that I definitely prefer the US cover because I like the way that it's got kind of an ombre background and it's just kind of black on top of that. And the yellow really makes it pop. And I don't really like the other one. I can't really tell what is on it. They kind of look like olives, I'm not quite sure. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cigarette packet. It probably makes sense once you read it. But yeah, definitely preferring the US cover for this one. And finally, Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. Ooh. Ooh, those are both really different. Okay. So I like the spoon for that one. I like that it's going over the lettering. I like how simple that is. And for the US one, I really like that it's got this hidden face in between all the colours. I think I prefer that. Yeah, I think I prefer that a lot. Because it's still colourful, but it's it's making a bit more of a statement to me. So, the US, 60%. People agree. Okay. Okay. Let's do the next one, real quick. So, how common are your reading habits? So, first off, where are you reading? So, we've got in bed underneath at least 2 blankets, someplace cozy like the couch, sofa, anywhere outside, at a desk or table. I quite often read in bed or on the sofa. So I'm gonna go for in bed underneath 2 blankets. And apparently people agree with that and the sofa. Do you give commentary on the books I read? So the options: I take pauses when something interesting happens to give commentary aloud. I'm live texting my thoughts to my friends, or obviously I have thoughts on what I'm reading, but I'm not saying them out loud. Okay. For this one, for me, it really depends. It really depends if I'm with anyone or if I'm not. If I'm with a friend and he's not doing much, I will absolutely take pauses and just tell him something that's happened, especially if I've laughed out loud at it, then I will definitely do that. Or if I find something really interesting, because I know that he's not going to be reading these books because he's not a reader. So it's fine to just say it out loud, even if it's a spoiler, which I quite enjoy that. So, oh, I didn't actually click it. Well done, me. When a setting is being described, what's going on inside your head? So I can visualize it perfectly like I'm watching a movie. I can see parts of it, but it's hard to get the whole picture. I'm picturing more of a layout of an area rather than an actual picture, or I'm not picturing anything. For me, it's like I can see some of it, and definitely it's harder for me to get a real picture on what the characters look like. But the settings, I'm usually really seeing that in my head. So I would go for I can see parts of it, but it's hard to get a whole picture. Because some of it I can really vividly imagine, and then other parts just no. So that's what I'm going for. And most people do that, apparently, and a lot of people do a movie. What is the most appealing draw when you're deciding on a book? So we've got the title, the cover, the author, or if it's been hyped up on social media. So none of these. The blurb. The Definitely the blurb. So I guess that's if it's been hyped up on social media, because that actually tells you what's going on. Yeah, we'll go for that. Most people don't go for that. Most people go for the cover, and that it would be the second thing, because covers. I like beautiful covers, what can I say? When a character's appearance is being described, what are you picturing? Okay, so I've just said this. So the options are: I can visualize a character in my head that fits the description by the author. Option B is I'm fan casting an actor that best fits the character description and picturing that. I don't care about the author's character description, I decide what that character looks like, or I'm not picturing anything. Yeah. Out of those options, I'm gonna go for I'm not picturing anything. What style of books do you prefer? Paperback, hardcover, ebook? Really depends. Mostly paperback, so I'm gonna go for that. But I like hardcover. Don't mind those. I find them hard to bring with me. So I really like an ebook as well, because it's just easy to carry around and I can read it in bed. I've already turned off the light and it's great. What genre would you say you read the most? Okay. Historical fiction, fantasy, YA, non-fiction, science fiction, or horror? It's gotta be fantasy. It's gotta be fantasy. That's like my top one. When a character speaks, are you hearing anything in your head? I can hear words that's being spoken in my own voice. It's definitely what I do. I'm just going to whiz through these a bit more because my camera is dying. How often are you rereading books? If it's a favourite, I'll come back round to it eventually. When the author describes a character making a facial expression, what are you doing? I'm just picturing it. I do not make that expression. What time of day are you reading? I normally read in the afternoon because that's when I can concentrate best. Yeah. Okay, that was the last. Yeah. So I normally read in the afternoon because that's when I can concentrate best, and I do prefer that. I can't really read in the morning when I wake up. It just doesn't work. So it's afternoon or evening. That was everything. Hopefully the camera situation worked out. I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. Thank you very much for watching. And if you liked that video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!